part of a bigger discussion. Is the star rating system and also the measurement system fair equally to small plans, to large plans across the board? And that isn't just
Mhm.
for HEI. That's also, as Nate and I have alluded, across some other things like caps, like the appeals measure in general. I think that there's a larger discussion going on, especially in our industry right now, with it, which is fitting considering today the next set of drugs was released under the Inflation Reduction Act. Some would argue that the Inflation Reduction Act, specifically the Part D redesign, penalizes safety net health plans and
Mhm.
rewards large health plans that may or may not own a PBM. So, like, I think this is a
Right.
discussion that's going around industry wide about policy that's being directed to plans is not equitably designed, even though it's in the name of health equity for its members. And so
Yeah.
if we do trickle down economics, the math doesn't math. And I think it's really problematic. And Nate and Mick, I'd be curious to hear what you're hearing with your feet on the street. I'm hearing from different clients of ours and just friends across the industry. They're like, Jen, I cannot make a strategic plan to save my life. Um, be it lawsuits, be it changes. I know we keep alluding to like something else we'll talk about at another podcast, but like if you throw the book out, what am I supposed to plan for? And so, you
Mm.
know, I
Yeah.
had a really haphazard answer, especially while plans are going into bid season. And last year was a hellacious bid season, if y'all do recall.
I do.
That, what can we do? And I'm like, you just have to be good at everything. It used to be, especially like, for example, with hybrid measures. I'm like, I love me some hybrid. I know that 411 sample. But
Mhm.
now with ECDS, it's like you have to just be an all around like decathlon player versus just being good at one sport. And,
Mhm.
it's hard for a reason, but I think it's worth a conversation. I think in a larger scale that potentially we've lost the plot. Like health insurance got a health insurance. And have we tacked on too many things and lost the plot completely? Curious to hear your thoughts.
Well, I mean, I think it's interesting. Just the game keeps changing, right? Selfishly, we celebrate when CMS changes the rules, every other day because it makes the world complicated. And as long as we
I'm
can
glad
figure
you
it out,
just.
and but that's selfishly, when you look at what the plan out there is trying to do, like you're saying, creating a long-term strategic plan here, but then all of a sudden, 5 of these measures are about to be gone, or mid-year, we're changing the cut points. I know people who
Mm.
made the decision to get out of Medicare Advantage last year. And then they announced this, and the world would have been different. They would have made it a different decision. So, I mean, just the world is in flux right now on the star side, and trying to put these plans together, manage the strategic focus. It's a challenging situation right now.
What would you say, Nate? Like when I know you do a lot of work around strategy and going outside of the normal like PDSA model of where we're like, we're sit and we're going to analyze. Those who know me know I'm like, you have a bad network. I don't need to spend a bunch of money with McKinsey and
Right.
Deloitte to tell you you have a bad network. You know you
Yes.
have a bad, like when you know it.
Yes.